Apart from a few shorts, Genshin Impact is a game I have not really made dedicated videos on. That being said, I really felt like I needed to make this video, as I am worried of this growing design issue that might endanger the health of the game and the new player experience in the future. Out of all the games I've been playing regularly over the last few years, Genshin Impact is probably one of the most original compared to what I usually play. Though I have a clear interest for anime culture, I must say that I rarely enjoy or play games related to it. There are many reasons for this, one of them being that I generally enjoy somewhat realistic settings, especially when it comes to medieval games. The flashy and very high fantasy settings and character designs of a lot of these anime games generally push me away from them. The thing that made me play Genshin Impact in the first place was curiosity, as when the game came out, I decided to try it out because it looked like a free Zelda Breath of the Wild. I could go on about my experience, but this is not the subject of the video. And let's just say that I enjoyed my experience, and I'm happy to say that despite the many things that can be said about Genshin Impact, it still is a pretty good game. However, there is one thing that I personally think is bad by design and not even good for the game in general. I know I am not the first one mentioning this issue, but I still think giving my take on this might contribute to making this issue more well known and discussed. I made a pretty long pause from the game once and missed the release of Inazuma, which is fine because it is not the region I personally enjoyed the most. When I came back, I started getting new characters from this region like Kuki Shinobu, and immediately thought that I would actually like to build and play with them. However, I quickly realized that in order to obtain the materials necessary to upgrade them past level 40, I would have to go through a series of quests, as they were in a region you cannot access unless you have completed all the quests that allow you to access a region. Genshin Impact has a pretty interesting story, though the writing greatly varies in quality depending on the quests. This might not seem like a big issue at first, but let's now imagine a new player facing this problem. Imagine someone starting in a few months around the release of the new region Fontaine. All the summoning banners are going to feature Fontaine characters that this new player is probably going to wish for. Unfortunately, he will not be able to upgrade any character past level 40 as the components will be in the Fontaine region. And if MiHoYo keeps doing things the way they did for previous regions, the new player will not be able to access upgrade materials for his characters before completing all the main storylines already released. This means going through all Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma and Sumeru, which is pretty long as Genshin has a lot of story content. Now, to be fair, I have no idea how long it would take to rush through this, but if my memory is correct, some story quests are adventure rank locked, which means really rushing through it is not even an option. The main issue I have with this is that there is no clear solution to this problem. Genshin Impact's story is linear, which means it was designed for the player to discover the story and the regions in a specific order, and it is clear that allowing players to access the regions before doing the quest would make no sense in Genshin's actual scenario. I am not in favor of MiHoYo making new players pay to access materials before finishing the quest, but I think it could be interesting, for example, to put an exotic good merchant in Mondstadt offering to trade new regions' upgrade materials for a bigger amount of Mondstadt materials. A 1:10 ratio seems fair to me, for example. The thing with this issue is that it does not bother long-time players at all, as most of them will never encounter it unless they take a multiple region release break. This issue is only going to get more and more problematic as MiHoYo releases new content, and I fear it might discourage new players who might have enjoyed the game otherwise. I just want this issue to be more well known so that it sparks more discussion about this problem. I hope to see MiHoYo come up with a solution. Despite what many people say, and its sometimes bad reputation, Genshin Impact is a great game that clearly has a lot of love put into. I only wish for more people to actually enjoy it. That will be all for today. Feel free to discuss this topic in the comments. If you thought this was interesting, do not hesitate to subscribe. Genshin Impact is a game I enjoy a lot, and there definitely will be some more content. I'll see you again. Bye.